Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Comic Shop Talk on the Late Night Chat Network, your first stop for pop culture talk. I'm your host, Nico, and joined with me today, as always, my co-host, Chris. How's it going?
Hey, not too bad. How are you?
I'm good. And we're back here again today because we're going to continue, I think, doing more comic-specific trailer reactions. So this is something happened recently with that CinemaCon, and a lot of people were talking about seeing the new Avengers Doomsday trailer and a variety of other comic book specific trailers. Now, those ones haven't come out yet, but one that did come out following the CinemaCon were a bunch of movie press people, I guess, that talk about this stuff online had seen it at this con that were talking about it was Clayface, which is the new DC movie that I think that's coming out after Supergirl after the summer. I think this is slated to come out in October, if I'm not mistaken. And which is a good time because this is supposed to be like a straight up horror coming out Halloween time. So let's take a look at this trailer. I've yet to see it. Chris, you haven't seen this yet either, have you? So this is more, I think, of like a teaser trailer that came out from all the talk of this con. It's about a minute long. So we'll take a look at this and see what our initial thoughts are. Thoughts?
I don't know if I can say anything about this trailer specific, but I have no idea what DC is doing making a Clayface movie to begin with. You know, the Clayface I know is the one from like the Harley Quinn freaking animated TV show where he's a goofball. And you know, like there's nothing wrong with this trailer. I don't think it doesn't really drop anyone. Maybe it's dropping Easter eggs that I don't know about, but we'll see. This has got to be a show me, you know, after a whole bunch of Marvel or Sony duds, you know, with kind of B-lit characters. They got to have something in here.
I do like that they're clearly committing to it being a horror film, though. This looks like a body horror film. This looks like a horror film from this. Unless it said like DC Studios on this trailer, you could see this and you wouldn't even think this was a comic book movie from this trailer, though, which I kind of like. I like that they're kind of trying to go into some more genre-based stuff for some of their characters. You make a good point. Like, why are they doing this? Why is this the next move following Supergirl? Like, especially when James Gunn has been trying to like set up a new universe for his films, like for the DC side of stuff, right? He is one of the producers on this. So is Matt Reeves, who was involved with the newest Batman films that they've been doing. The last one, the Batman, which I quite liked. Mike Flanagan, who's a horror like director, wrote this film, and he's done some great work, some great horror stuff. So like, there's some good names. I thought he was directing this, though. Apparently, this other guy, James Watkins, who I'm not really familiar with him, is directing it. So they got good people involved, is what I'm trying to say, though. I don't know. I don't know. From this trailer, it's too much of a teaser. I don't know really what to think of it, though. It kind of looks some freaky stuff going on there, though. Some scary kind of looking body horror type stuff going on with the Clayface of it all.
It's too early to tell. I don't see anything there that grabs me. It's not a bad trailer, but I've seen good trailers too for bad movies, so we'll see.
Yeah, this doesn't have you running to the theater to watch it when it comes out.
There wasn't one bit there that pulled me in, or there's no hook.
I'm just looking at what else this guy has directed. The guy that's doing this, he actually has done a couple other horror movies that I haven't minded. So I don't know. I'm willing to give this a shot, just because like I think like if they're gonna go like full horror on this, it might be good. It might be a good movie as a horror film, but how that's going to play with the main DCU, I think the problem with this type of stuff is that that's got kind of fans worried is that there's going to be no cohesion in terms of tone or like style for their stuff, right? Which way is the right way to go? Do you want all your films to feel the same, or do you want all of them to kind of stand out amongst each other?
If he's just trying to put out a good movie, that's good enough for me. I don't care how they're all together, unless you have a plan. Like everybody's trying to copy that whatever the Marvel Phase 1, 2, 3, and that was crazy when it came out. Like for something like that to happen again, it's I mean, they call lightning in a bottle with that. Like they can't even reproduce it themselves.
No, that's very true. That's a very good point. No, you make a very good point. And not only that, I like what you said about like we've already seen so many flops of villain films from the Sony side of things for Marvel characters. Like, why is Kraven the Hunter have a movie? Why does Morbius the Vampire have a movie? So, but I don't. This isn't that though. This isn't Marvel Sony stuff. So like I don't want to box it in with that, but you make a very good point where like we've already seen this go wrong for many other films, right? So like, why are we doing this right now? The Penguin show though, and Matt Reeves, I think was like spun off from his Batman. Excellent. It was very good. So I don't know.
We could have made a Clayface, one shot for HBO Max or whatever their streaming service is, and
should it be their third film out the gate, though? No, I agree with that. It is a weird choice. Like after Superman and Supergirl, you're going to hit us with a Clayface film when we don't even have our next installment in the long-awaited the Batman film franchise. We had the Penguin spinoff miniseries, which was very well acclaimed. Lots of people like that, and myself included. But the Clayface film is a weird choice. Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong, but hey, I guess we'll see come October, right? I mean, I want it to succeed, but you bring up some very good points. Like, but I just think it will succeed in the sense that if it's a good horror movie, it'll be good on at least on those based on those merits. But will it be like a good film for this DCU they're trying to form right now? I don't know. That's where I'm more worried about it. I have no doubt this could be a good horror movie, but will it play into the grand scheme of things, like going for their overall direction?
And if that's the tone they're going for their new sort of world,
right?
That doesn't really play into James Gunn's strengths.
No. No, he came more from like cheesy horror. He was a trauma guy, right? He was like the Toxic Avenger company, like that.
Yeah, I don't think this is anything like Toxic Avenger. This looks like straight up, freaking with whatever a freaking Centipede movie or something where they're gonna freaking
Human Centipede.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I hope it's not that. Yeah, level of quality. I hope that's not the case. Those are some pretty bizarre films, I will say. But yeah, I don't know. It does seem like it's gonna be like more body horror type stuff. So yeah, I don't know what they're doing here. I mean, I hope they go with the classic whole thing with him being like an actor and that whole thing, right? But
I don't think they gave us much in this trailer. Like it's a nice looking trailer, but they didn't really give us much in there.
No. So there you go. There you have it, guys. So let's wait and see. Let's see what happens there. Hopefully it's good. But yeah, you might hear us talk about it at some future episode, but we'll see. I know Chris isn't isn't running to the theater. Maybe I'll talk about it before Chris. If you guys want to hear about that, maybe check me over at Late Night at the Movies. I'll give you guys a rundown once it comes out. But yeah, thank you to Chris as always, and thank you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe to these. We've been enjoying doing these comic book specific movie trailers lately, and hopefully maybe we'll keep them up because it has been fun. There is some really good movies that are going to be coming out soon from superhero stuff, or so we hope, but we're all questioning the future decisions by these companies at the moment. So we'll see what happens, how that all shakes out. All right, everybody, thanks as always. We'll check you guys next time. Later, Chris.
See you later.